Milano from the Hollywood Times and an aspiring magazine here in Hollywood. We're going to be catching up with Snoop Dogg and his new jewelry line, Lovechild. We're going to go inside and talk more about it. So let's go do it.
All right, here we are, getting ready to go inside. Here's the first thing. We've got some beautiful gin here, the Lovechild.
Still gin is Fever Tree grapefruit juice.
Look at that, a beautiful bottle. And we're going to pan around and go here, and there's the Lovechild logo. There's a black carpet.
Here we go.
And these are the designers of the jewelry.
We
met a few of them. We met her. She's the designer of his jewelry.
Come on, Rob. Day one.
Some of the people are coming in that had to do with the Alchemist and Gamma.
Lovechild, a new fine jewelry collection created in collaboration with entertainment industry icons Snoop Dogg, Metal Alchemist, and Gamma. Lovechild is Snoop's unique take on jewelry designed for personal empowerment, well-being, and iconic style rooted in American craftsmanship. This highly anticipated event is taking place now in Hollywood, and it's kicking off at 6 o'clock with just us, the private press, where we're previewing, and we're among the first to view and interact with the collection in person and hear directly from Snoop shortly about his unique inspiration. He just walked in, and we're enjoying the full Lovechild experience with drinks and light bites that are being served.
And one more. Here we go. And 3, 2.
Here we go. Here's some tequila here that they have for tonight. Another beautiful bottle. Here's a drink here. So here's this unique staircase that they have. Lovechild, all these pillows. It's got some great music, very loud speakers, and that woman that's climbing up there, her name is Josie Goldberg. She writes for the Hollywood Times, so she's here as well. So we'll wave at Josie and Josie can say hi as she's up there posing. That's great. So here we are at Lovechild. As the press, we're here to see the jewelry that Snoop Dogg is introducing. Check out those amazing rings, bracelets. They're awesome. Look at this ring. Oh man, I want that one. More bracelets. Check out those. Great music. Check all these necklaces. More rings. Look how beautiful those are. Look at that. Look at this beautiful case. You go, Snoop. Pan over here and see another one.
It looks like everything's happening on Saturday.
That's what we want when we put here. All people are one. No matter what color you are. I just want to stand on the fact that love. Love is the main mission of this jewelry line. That's why the lead is love. You know, I love that. Put that up front so people can understand that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Snoop. And kind of piggybacking on what she said. Hi, everybody. I'm Denisha from Vibe Magazine. I'd like to kind of know from each of you, what were your biggest inspirations in going into this project and the creation of Lovechild?
For me, my biggest
For everybody,
inspiration? Snoop. He was my biggest inspiration. So he said to me, I want to leave something of me with everyone else. And he said, how do I do it now? One day there was albums, then there were CDs, then he says, what do I do? He said, it's a piece of me now that I can give to someone else. And so it's important to him. And here I am.
Myself, I'm Forbes, and also founder of Reverie Page, sustainable fashion magazine. The evolution of fashion and jewelry essentially is through hip hop, you know, and what we see today. I was, you know, talking to Pharrell yesterday about his evolution from BBC with Louis Time. You have, you know, like you said, you go from making music, doing other things. What led you to kind of put your hands in the space of jewelry, in the space where hip hop has honestly pushed that, you know, market into bigger realms and more accessible realms for people who, you know, honestly you can't afford it sometimes you're from the hills, but you go broke trying to get it.
I
And
think
yes.
this partnership is about somebody who genuinely masters their craft. She is a guru at what she does. And for me to have a line that we own everything, we own as far as the chain and making process, every piece of it, not just getting with somebody and saying, here, use my name. And let's say we started a jewelry line. I'm talking about from picking the links, picking the style, everything, to back and forth with my, you know, close associate Talia working hand in hand with me, with the team to make sure that it's things that I would wear. It's things that I feel comfortable representing. So when you see me wearing it, it makes you feel good wearing it. I don't want to just be a part of a brand where I just get money and shoot a commercial and keep it moving. This is a part of my everyday life. And there's certain bracelets and things that we have that give you energy. There's certain things where this brand is going to give you a whole lot of spirit because it's a piece of me. They used to give you CDs and cassettes, things that you can physically hold. My music, you can't physically hold it. You can only hear it. Right, so I want to give you something that you can actually physically hold, put on, wear it. And your spirit will start to feel like mine. You'll feel about love. That's what it's all about. It's made for you.
And by the way, I'll add to what he said. There's so many times that Steve reached out to me and Carolyn and have a conversation on the weight of the actual piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
You know, it's too thin. I wouldn't wear anything like this. You know, and it's tough to have that kind of feedback when you're dealing with when it's a celebrity endorsement. You know, you're just there to put it on and be a work for hire. Where again, this is his line, and this goes back to you know, it's no different than, for instance, you know, his mentor Dr. Dre. When Dr. Dre was influenced by Dre. You know, much like that was an extension of Dre. This is an extension of Snoop.
Yeah.
You know, he's really brought jewelry to the forefront of hip hop, and it was why I brought him the idea. You know, because it just was such an obvious thing. And I'll add to what she asked the question as well about the why of it all. From my perspective, because I have a different perspective from the two of them. When I was starting Gamma, Snoop was one of the very first people that I reached out to who actually believed in what I was doing and wanted to get behind it, wanted to champion for myriad reasons that we need to get into right now. But the thing that is important about the ethos of the company, we're not just another record label.
Yeah.
And that's very important to me. You know, seeing, you know, what Jimmy and Dre were able to do, seeing some of the examples of the 1990s, you know, which you can obviously draw a conclusion yourself on referring to. These were entrepreneurial moves that were meant to be an extension of the music. They were meant to complement the lifestyle. And that was a big impetus for me in terms of wanting to do this in particular because with music, as he's saying, being such an intangible thing right now, it's important for me to really back my artists and my partners to create things that are bigger than the intangibles that they are right now.
And I want to say this too. When it comes to me picking my partners, I'm usually the dumbest one on the team. And I like it because that means that he's smarter than me, she's smarter than me, and I'm not getting juice for my energy. I'm actually learning. You know, I'm able to learn and teach. A lot of times I want to say that to the people watching. Be strategic about the people you put on your team. Sometimes it ain't good to put your family or your friends on your team, especially if they're not better than you.
Yeah.
It's always good to have people better than you around you. Don't have that
Josie Goldberg from the Hollywood Times asked a question.
For you from Chino when I was 19, when I started out my career, you were always, I met you through Kid Rock's manager, and I remember, this was before, good things happened for me, but what I remember about you is everything you touch turns to gold, but you treat everybody as a child, where in this industry it's all about nepotism or getting that lucky break, and there was something about you, it doesn't matter, like, if you're Jewish, if you're black, if you're white, your product is universal, so would you say that Lovechild, you're about bringing like all God's children to the top and giving everybody a fair chance? Could that be something?
That's a great question that you brought up, because I feel like my whole team is like the United Nations.
Yeah.
You look at all of for real though, if you look at my employees and my team,
Yeah.
there's people from all walks of life. There's no two people from my
Yeah.
team that are the same. I have people from India, people from Palestine, people from Detroit, people from Long Beach, people from everywhere, because I love people. My mother raised me
I
to
remember
love
that.
people. She didn't say you only supposed to love people that look like you. She said love people. When I went out and started experiencing life, started moving around, people have the same things in common. You wouldn't have never thought me and Martha Stewart could become best friends, but if we don't take that chance, it never happens. And I'm never afraid to tell someone how much I admire them, or I like them, or I want to work with them, or I'm inspired by them. I met Sexy Red last night through Larry. I grabbed her and whispered in her ear and said, "You motherfucking star, you a star, I love you." She said, "Unc, you real as a motherfucker." I said, "Yeah, I fuck with you, cuz." We partying, having a good time. Then I said, one thing about me, I'm from the old generation, but I don't hate on y'all. I may critique, but when I see y'all, I'm gonna give you love. And I'm gonna tell you face to face, you're doing an amazing job. Here's some things you could do better. But I'm never gonna say you whack, garbage, you trash, you fucking the industry. Never gonna say that.
Are y'all gonna get in the studio?
Thanks, lad.
Yes,
We have time
we keep
for-
everything in the camera family.
We have time for 2 more
I have a
questions.
really quick one. If you guys could you talk us through some of the pieces that you have on today from the brand?
Me?
Yeah.
Some ensemble that I got. This is a little bracelet right here with that S as the lock. I love that S.
Beautiful, by the way.
I was asking, this keeps catching my eye. I gotta hear
That
it.
S is,
I got the same one.
that S is like my signature S. You know what I'm saying? I had to create an S because there was so many of them in the world before I came. So I had to like try to create my own so people couldn't sue me. But I just feel like the jewelry represents me because it fits, it goes, it accompanies me. It's never too much. It's just enough. It's not too flamboyant, and it's not expensive. It's something that people can afford, so you don't have to feel like I gotta break myself to wear the line that Snoop is wearing. I can actually get a couple of pieces and feel good about it and wear them every day or every other day. But the bracelets, I really wanted that because that piece right there, when you wear it, you really feel the energy. You really feel it and it stays with you. I got one that she made for me, that's a purple one that I've been wearing every day. I took it off today, so I wanted the whole new one. But it's been giving me great energy.
Are those Mala? Thank you.
Maladives? These ain't important. Is this part of the brand?
Jamestones.
Yeah, there we go.
Hello. And what's great about this, by the way, too, we kind of have matching watches on today, but it really complements. I mean, we could have, a piece like this. It's so complimentary next to a Cartier watch, and you kind of look all like it's just
Casio.
coming up.
Talk that shit.
Cartier to Casio. It's all consistent.
I started with a Casio. I stole my cousin.
This is Shirley with my mixtapes and Shirley Sample. You see a lot of rappers in this generation, like pieces that are like 6 figures, right? I guess my question is,
I got a whole bunch of them motherfuckers. I don't know where they at.
I was gonna ask, what's the most you spent on a chain, and how do you feel about rappers spending?
You're supposed to enjoy your money. You're supposed to enjoy your career. Like I did it when I was a youngster. Look at me. I bought all kind of shit that was, shit that was exciting. You get money for the first time, but that's what the thing is called financial literacy, where you learn what's important, what to buy, what not to buy. I learned as I went on. I was a star. So if you got a jewelry brand, give me that shit. I'm paying for that shit and take care of my whole crew.
Right.
Like that was my spirit and my attitude, because when I wear your jewelry, I make you money. So I learned the quick way as far as like I'm not gonna buy all that $1 million jewelry when I can just walk up in a jewelry store and take a picture with you and get broke off. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all listening, use your star power. The college students have learned to use it now. NIL, name and likeness. So learn how to use that. You don't always have to do different things that hurt yourself. Just allow your name and likeness to get you money.
Last question will be Stephanie here.
You mentioned that every piece in the collection is a representation of you, and I know that you work so closely with your wife and your family. You guys are so tight knit. I'm curious to know, like, do they see renderings in the making of this? Do they get an opinion in, or is it all?
No, they don't need to get no opinion because then we would never get the line. How many motherfucking chefs in the kitchen cook? When I explained to you earlier, baby, I said, he's smarter than me, he's smarter than me. This is a partnership. So my family's energy is me. I bring their energy to the table. I know what my wife, my kids, my grandkids, I'm a representation of them because I'm the king of the family. So it's my job to make sure that it's handled the right way. So when we represent the queen versus the way she loves it, we represent the prince. Lady boy like that, we represent the princess. Girl like that, grandkids, they will be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's more about me drawing my energy and bringing it to the table so that way we don't have so many people in the kitchen cooking. That's when the meal get thrown off and everybody want to put something on the grill. We got steaks on the grill and somebody want to put a wing. It's gonna add up.
There's one thing that
That didn't happen before.
there's
Click on that real quick.
one thing that Snoop didn't tell everyone that I think is something that's really very near and dear to me is he made a very conscious decision to make his product in America, specifically in Rhode Island. And Rhode Island is the jewelry capital of the world, and it's it's our industry. And what he's doing is he is revitalizing an industry in a state with some of the most incredible, qualified, talented artisans in our field, and they're sending you so much love, and everything about the name Lovechild represents the product, the people, and the fans, and Snoop. So
That's important that you said that, Carolyn, because the people that make it are full of love. It's not employees mad, frustrated. Fuck this. Damn, that motherfucker. Oh my God, he's working for Snoop Dogg.
yeah, exactly. Oh please, they were working morning, noon, and night getting this stuff out because they were thrilled. They were so happy.
I love that. It's so great to have good partners because we've all worked at some of us have worked at restaurants, McDonald's.
American pastime.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers in there mad. You got to deal with their attitude and their spirit. They're like, that's not the energy I'm looking for. I'm not looking for separation. I'm not looking for division. I'm looking for people to come together. And I just want to say this. When all of the hoopla was going on with the voting, notice I was nowhere to be seen. I wanted it to be like that. Because I don't believe in separating people. I believe in bringing us together. Once they figure out who's in there, it's together. Because if you're picking and choosing, now I gotta make people mad at me because I chose this or chose that. I don't choose neither one. Honestly, I don't represent the Republican Party or the Democrat. I represent the motherfucking gangster.
We'd love to come take a look at the pieces themselves right now when everyone's here. We could maybe take a look at your favorite piece from the collection quickly. Yes.
What if I ain't got no favorite piece?
All right. Let's make it just my favorite.
Let's let them look at their favorite piece. They're the ones that I need to have. I'm loving it. Y'all
I'll tell you
over there,
what,
get
it's
it.
very approachable, and I love the design. Like looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, if I'm trying to get into it, I'm like, I can find something
I
here.
want y'all to look at it because usually when you do these type of events, it's always too much talking from the people that made it. Like, shut the fuck up. Let y'all see the jewelry, and if y'all have questions, then. But I don't think we should be doing so much. Listen, I made this here. Fuck all. If you like it, then we can explain to you. You know what I'm saying? Look, this came from the spirit over here. I've been to these events and I see that they just over talk instead of letting y'all go touch it.
Yeah, they're planting their own information.
The energy bracelets aren't over there.
What them energy bracelets at?
Manifest.
Okay.
No, because they want to see what I was speaking to.
Okay, so I have very special technology that I've been putting into my jewelry since I started. I started a company called Alex Nani back in the day, And those bracelets, it went from 0 to 60. And they were pieces of sentiment. And with those pieces of sentiment came a very special technology, which is called vital force technology. And it's a subtle energy that Dr. Yuri Krohn, who has recently left us, and he left all that technology with us. So when I left the company, Alex Nani, and I started Metal Alchemist, I said, what does someone who's already done everything you could do in this industry, revitalized it, and you create a new company called Metal Alchemist, because what is an alchemist? It's when two or more things come together to create a greater third. And so how do you take not only the way the product's made, how the product's made, where the product's made, who's making the product, what goes into the product, all of these things are part of what makes the energy of these pieces so intact. So when I say everything's made in integrity, really, truly, all my heart and soul, everything I'm made of goes into that. It's an integrous product. So when Snoop came to me and he's like, look, you know, he's going to be really direct with me. He wants what he wants, and we work really, really well together. I love.
Cause you a gangster like a motherfucker. They don't see the gangster. They just see the classy woman right now. But she's a motherfucking gangster. I don't fuck with no weenies. You know what I'm saying? She's a tough lady. She's got a beautiful family, and it's just a spirit thing with me and her. Like Larry brought it to me. I was definitely open to it, but once we met, like physically, we could meet over a Zoom. That shit is like fake. But when you meet somebody and walk in their house, and you see her daughter, and her daughter got the same outfit I got on, and you see the spirit, like, you know, that's my girl right there. You see the spirit. It's like it's like family. Like I'm like that. I'm open like that. I don't come in nobody's house to do nothing but to love everybody in the house. If I love the mother, I love the pet, the plants, everything in the house, because it's the mother that brought me to the house. So with all due respect, I'm gonna respect everything in the house.
That's a beautiful piece.
What's the secret?
Well, it's purple metal.
I know,
The
that's
first purple metal in the entire universe. Of course. Oh, well, guess who else is? I know. So, and what I want is, when he was telling me about his foundation and how he self-funds this foundation, how it sends these beautiful beings, and I mean, what you do is pretty amazing. I said, how can I help? Because one of the things that I've done so successfully building my first brand was the Give Back. And in 5 years, that company was able to raise $80 million and give back to charities and foundations. And when I was starting to do Metal Alchemist and I heard how he self-funds everything, I said, let me help. And so this bracelet, being the first purple metal in the world, and this was a minor miracle, this is alchemy. This is one of the pieces that are going to help fund his foundation as well.
Still beautiful.
And it's opening.
I get teary-eyed over that because I don't like to ask for help. Like,
No.
that's like when it comes to them kids, I'm not gonna do no ass kissing or none of that. Like it's my job to take care of my kids. It's my job to make sure these kids got opportunity. So I don't know how to go ask for grants, loans, none of that shit. And a lot of times when people find out about it, it's like, how can I help? I'm like, well, I don't really know because I love helping. So it's like I'm not gonna ask you to help. But if you can find a way to help it be nice, you know what I'm saying? But her spirit is just about what I'm about. Like, it was never about us trying to do other things but what we're supposed to do. But when you're family, you always take care of everything that you can, that you feel that you can. I just think that we're going to do more things other than this jewelry thing. This jewelry thing is the launch of our partnership and our friendship.
For a big medallion.
Yeah, this is a very
Like Olympics?
Open the ceremony.
It was the Lou, what was that thing called? I'm not
Hello?
yeah, whatever that shit is. But niggas was going inside
Glass
the man.
ceremony?
I'm walking that motherfucker like a lad. Oh my God, you're in the Lou. Walking the red carpet, you know what I'm saying? Bobbing and popping. I say, hold it, what's cracking lagging? You know what I'm saying? Because it's supposed to be high-end shit, but I walk in with the piece on, and it got the copper from the Statue of Liberty on it, and this piece that we made specifically for the Olympics. It's beautiful.
You brought it back in France.
Yeah, that's right. Piece of America.
Yeah.
Well, can you tell us more about?
Okay, this was a big secret, but we're gonna tell you now.
Sorry, Carolyn.
Oh, no. I couldn't ask for a better crowd to tell. But in 1986, there was a restoration to the Statue of Liberty. And Ronald Reagan commissioned that restoration. And from that restoration, all of her original bones came out. They call it the iron skeleton. And each one had to be taken out and replaced 2 at a time. And so that was stored and preserved for 30 plus years. And when there was a fold in her gown, her garb, there was a fold in that bar. So when some of that copper that needed to be replaced over the years, it came out, and we had stored all of that for 30 plus years. All of those artifacts, by the grace of God, ended up in my hands. And this is the very reason that I named the company Metal Alchemist, because what does someone like me do who's in Rhode Island, the environment for jewelry manufacturing? I have the most sovereign metal in the world who represents liberty, enlightening the world. What do you do with that? And then God puts Snoop in my path, and the first piece I ever made was that piece he wore to the Olympics. And that's how this whole thing started. So 2026 is the 250th anniversary of America. And that's when the big collection with Liberty Copper is coming out. and it's all a give back. With Liberty Copper, it is, because she is Liberty enlightening the world.
Let me put our bid in right now. The Olympic, IOC. We want to do the medals for the Olympics in 2028.
We're infusing that
Cut
with
the shit.
Liberty Copper.
Cut the shit. We asking y'all right now, early in the game. Y'all gonna be in LA. Y'all would want to do that because y'all gonna be in LA. I'm just gonna say it like that.
I just love the circular quality of the production, honestly. I was like I said, I started a magazine for sustainable fashion, and that's exactly what that is. It's like use for the things that already exist, recycle it, run it up again. You know what I mean? So appreciate you noting that. Appreciate you pointing that out, man. That's good.
Movie like a drive-in movie.
Yeah, do it.